Welcome, cats, kittens, boys, and girls. Your boy Rob Lee here from MTRthenetwork.com. Mastermind Teams Robcast, unofficially black, and noted Baltimorean, quasi-creative Baltimorean. And this is an experiment, if you will. And
science.
my guest tonight is DJ James. Can I put motherfucker on there?
Yeah.
James motherfucking Nasty.
Wait, Dr. Nasty?
Dr. Nasty. I like that, actually.
Mr. Nasty if you're nasty? Is that what Janet Jackson?
You know what?
Something like that.
Yeah, spin it. So, and thank you for coming, actually.
Thank you for having me.
Because people don't like doing shit in Baltimore. I'll say that much. It's like, you know.
That's why they're all broke.
True. You get it. You get it. You get it.
Damn, was that too much already?
We're done here.
So I pull the microphone out of this and just drop it and walk out?
Just throw the mic. But yeah, one of the things and one of the reasons why I got involved in podcasting, as we talked a little bit before I put on the mics, is that, I've been doing this for a minute, and I want to kind of dispel this idea that Baltimore is just the shit you see. Like, I follow certain Instagram groups now, and it's like, this is sus. I was like, I've never left here. I've not been a part of this scene. And I like to focus on some of that creative stuff. Like, we have a diverse, weird fucking city with weirdos in it. Those are the people I want to be around.
Yeah.
And I've been following you for a while, sir, from the peripheral. And I was just like, all right.
Yeah, I'm a weird dude.
I fucks with this James Nasty guy. I remember I was at I think I was getting tacos one day, and I saw the sticker on the pole right there, and Holy Frijoles, and I was like, I know that guy. I know of that guy. I need to meet this dude.
That's my spot. I spend a lot of time there these days.
Good shit.
Yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to bring you on for is kind of, in part, helping to dispel that idea and kind of get an idea of what a day in the life for you looks like, sir. I know there's sauce involved. I know that there's just all types of flavors, all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
So give us the rundown. What's that morning look like? You getting up at noon? You getting up at 1? What are you doing? Getting up at 6?
I would say currently I get up at about 8 a.m.
Okay.
I don't sleep very much now. I go to bed 4 or 5 o'clock.
Oh shit.
I like to catch that I go out pretty much every night, but there's this golden space between 2 and 4 or 5 a.m.
Okay.
Where your phone is real quiet because everyone else is asleep.
Yeah.
But you can catch this really good wave of solitude and creativity for about 2 to 5 a.m.
Huh.
So depending on what level of inebriation or what state of mind you're in when you come home at 2, you can grab, I'll grab my MacBook and open up Ableton or open up whatever and just see what comes out for a couple hours and go to sleep. I get up about 8 o'clock, between 8 and 9.
I dig that.
I do the one thing that I know I shouldn't do, that everyone shouldn't do, is roll over, grab your phone off the nightstand and just let me check my mentions real quick on all your social media, check your texts, check your emails and all this stuff. And then I'll spend some days, an hour just in bed, wide awake, just answering emails, sending texts, planning out some social media posts for the day.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool to be yo, I get to work from my bed sometimes. But also it's you probably should have got out of bed and drank some water, maybe meditated or done something good with your body and started your day off on a better note than just I was laying in bed answering emails. I
mean, sometimes I get up at super fucking early.
Oh man, I've never been that person.
I mean, I have a desk job in the real life, and to fund the dream life, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's all right, I'm sitting on my ass all day. Let me go on this bike for a while. Let me do some cardio. Let me do something. Let me play video games. I try to do that type of balance, and it stimulates my mind. I get there, and it's all right, I'm prepared for the bullshit. Whatever the bullshit's going to be, the bullshit du jour. But that idea of, I think in a creative space, right? If I'm able, from what I do, if I'm able to have that kind of quiet period, that time, usually if I'm fucking smoking weed or something and I'm just out of my fucking head, and it's you know what? This is wild, irresponsible. Where's that MacBook? I need to edit something. I need to work on my website. I need to think of like some social media post or something. No one's atting me. No one's mentioning me, but still I need to be aware of what's going on around me.
Yeah.
So moving through the day, like, are you like a breakfast guy? Do you kind of get like, what does that look like? Is that even play a role in like what you do on a day to day? Like, yo, I need to have bacon and eggs, my guy.
I mean, I don't eat bacon. I don't eat pork.
Okay, fair.
First of all.
Smart man.
Just so everyone knows. I mean, everyone that knows me knows, like, yo, that's a hard pass on anything pork related. I strive to be a vegan or, like, vegetarian, like, eat mostly plant-based.
Sure.
But I like to experience life. So, like, if I'm somewhere and someone puts this, like, nice chicken dish in front of me, I'm going to eat it.
As well you should.
I'm going to eat it, yeah. We're all going to die soon, so you might as well experience life. I guess everyone listening doesn't know like why we're laughing at that inside joke. Y'all missed that moment.
It's going to be a t-shirt soon. Yeah. Let's start wearing it. Let's go wear it to the live show. We're all going to die soon.
We're all going to die soon.
Is this a mass execution? Maybe.
Damn, maybe I should name my album that. We're all going to die soon.
Liner notes.
What was the question? Oh, breakfast.
Yeah. We just kind of continue the morning routine I guess, too. It might just be coffee, or whatever.
I definitely don't like coffee.
Really?
I've never been a caffeine person. Okay. I just never got into it, so, nah. I guess I'm just, like, super sensitive to it because my body's never had to deal with a lot of coffee or caffeine. Like, if I had, like, a cup of coffee, I'd be spinning in circles running down the street. Like, oh, my God, my heart. So, no. If I've been responsible and I go to the grocery store and I have groceries, I might wake up and like eat some fruit in the morning. If not, usually at some point in my like working from bed on my phone, I'll start texting people like, yo, do you want to get lunch? Do you want to get lunch? Do you want to get lunch? Do you want to go for a hike? Do you want to get lunch? It's like those are my daytime priorities.
Yeah.
Like if I don't have a studio session or I don't have to like go make sauce at the kitchen, like if I don't have like an obligation where I have to be somewhere.
Yeah.
My priority is like who wants to eat lunch or who wants to go hiking or who wants to go to the pool if it's summertime. Like those are my daytime priorities if I don't have to be anywhere. Because most of what I do is like my iPhone is my office.
I dig it.
So I could be sitting in the middle of the woods responding to an email trying to like broker some deal to get my song in a TV show. And my friend's like, how the fuck do you pull this shit off? Like,
I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Use your tools, yeah. Use your tools.
So, let me ask this in a different way because I said it was going to come out very hokey. It's like, so why like DJing? That's stupid. But it's kind of in that same vein though. What like creative outlets do you spend your most of your time in, and why or what would you say got you into it?
Ooh, this is a good one.
So I had to make it sound better.
When I finally decided that I wanted to embrace DJing and pursue it, it was like out of the frustration of like being in bands and like working with other people that maybe weren't as like business oriented or as focused on the band. It was like some guys that just wanted to get high and wanted to play shows so they could meet women.
Yeah.
Or like I spent a lot of time like engineering at a studio and producing, and I had a lot of guys coming in with like drug money that wanted to make a mixtape, and they wanted to live that whole like MTV BET dream of like I'm in the studio, I got bitches, I got Henny, we got blunts, all this stuff. And I'm sitting there like, yo, you guys got 5 hours of studio time. You spent this first 2.5 hours getting fucked up. Like, y'all really think you're gonna get a bunch done? Like, what you see on TV, like, that's not real life. In real life, people will show up with, like, their verses already written and ready to go, and they go straight to the booth, and we make the most out of these 5 hours. Like, time is money. So it's just, like, the frustration of, like, trying to explore these other avenues of the music business where, like, I had to rely on other people. And then, like, I chose DJing and like making club music. So I was like, I can do all this on my own.
Absolutely.
On my own. I don't have to really. The initial stages of building this, I can do on my own. I didn't want to be a DJ. My father was a DJ before I existed.
Okay.
Before, what is it saying? When I was just a twinkle in his eye or whatever?
Yeah.
He was a DJ. He was like, I don't know what he did really. But, so that's the thing. You don't want to do that thing your fucking father did.
True.
So, like, I had a producing partner at the time. And he was getting into it. He, like, bought turntables. I mean, we lived in a house where we would just, like, make beats all day and smoke weed and not do anything with our lives.
Sounds like a great life, actually.
I hope
Beats weed life.
I hope he doesn't hear this because he might be like, yo, that was the best time of my life.
It's transformative.
And I was just like, yeah, we should be doing more than this. But anyways, I finally let him show me how to use the turntables just so he would stop asking me. It's like 2 or 3 months had went by and I'm like trying to work on all these beats and trying to send these beats to like Dr. Dre. I was doing this whole thing trying to like become the next like Neptunes or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. And he finally got me to try it one day. I was like, all right, if I do this one time, you'll leave me the fuck alone. Wait, can I curse on here?
Absolutely.
Cool? All right, just making sure.
Yeah.
I was like, if you leave me the fuck alone, I'll try this one time. And I stood up, and he's like, all right, put your hand on the record. I put my hand on the record and on the mixer. I was like, wait a minute.
I see hands moving.
Oh, fuck, this feels right. This feels right.
My bad.
And if you're listening, I want you to imagine, like, the ancestors, like, all like, oh. As, like I had that moment that was, like, this formative moment. It's like, you were meant to do this, my child.
You've been chosen.
You've been chosen. You've been denying your destiny for all these years.
That's good shit.
So, yeah, that's, like, kind of how it all came together. And then, like, that guy I was a partner with, he got us a gig DJing some party for, like, University of Maryland cheerleaders, the dance team or something. It was, like, a fundraiser. And we're playing this party, and it's just drunk college women everywhere dancing. They were like professional dancers basically. And I was like, wow, this is powerful.
Yeah.
It's like I play a song and all these women are just like, oh my God. I was like, oh shit.
The power is in my fingers.
Yeah. I was like, damn, this is so powerful. Like a drug. Like here I am, like what, 10 years later and it's still the same thing. I'm just like, I'm gonna show up to this place, I'm gonna play this song. These white women are gonna start screaming. I'm gonna get paid a lot.
Oh yeah, they're getting busy back there. They're prepping.
Cool. Yeah, I guess you could edit that out.
Yeah, it's all good.
So yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It's just like you have power to just like influence a room full of people when you play a song.
That's like frivolously. You said 10 years, right?
It's probably been more than that. I guess from that initial party to now, we're talking 13 years. I think it was like 2006.
Okay. Like, I jokingly talk about that'll be that moment. Like, I feel like I'm going to be one of those old head rappers that's just, like, super pissed off that, like, young dudes, man, they succeeding. I feel like I'll be one of those guys, but in the podcast space. And I always joke about, like, man, I can't wait until podcasters like rock stars. So I can walk around popping bottles and shit. And it's a weird visual, right?
Right.
And I've been on.
Baby, listen to my podcast.
Yeah, baby, it's not my mom's basement anymore. I've literally threatened other podcasters in a super frivolous, facetious way, but it's like, yeah, here for all of that podcast smoke. It's like, yo, what?
Are there podcast beefs?
There's always some beef.
Can we start a new one?
We should.
What's another Baltimore podcast that we don't fuck with?
Oh, there's a whole network.
There's a whole network? Fuck, I'm trying to think, do I know anyone that has a podcast that I don't fuck with? So I can air them out. I got a lot of secrets on a lot of people in this.
Because I'm all about it. I'm all about being messy. Messy in the podcast media.
Fuck, who's got a podcast? I got nothing.
But
all right.
So in that space, what else outside of DJing, right? Let's converge into sauce. Let's converge into the sauce life, man.
Converge into the sauce.
Like, what got you into sauce, man? I'm saying it like it's illegal. What got you into the sauce, baby?
Got into the sauce. Peer pressure.
Gateway drug. Gateway condiment.
Gateway condiment. You ever injected mayonnaise straight into your veins?
No, man. I want to try.
Fuck, I wish I could have said anything but mayonnaise in that moment. It's like, no, I don't fuck with mayonnaise that heavy.
Mustard?
Mustard. Ooh.
Mustard's a little spicy too.
I have a good friend of mine who was legitimately terrified of mustard for a while.
Wow.
She was like scared. I used to like take mustard packets and just put mustard in my mouth and pull up on her and be like, hey, tap her on the shoulder and just be like, and like spit mustard out. And she's like, ah.
Going back to the mayonnaise thing, I just see like Hellman's brand heroin or Heinz heroin.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's good shit. I mean, all of it's a lot of H's in the condiment world, like Hunt's. Yeah. Kraft's ketamine.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I got into sauce. I was living with, I moved into a house with some kids, they're adults, that are, I guess they were like both Hopkins grads or something similar. They were like the doctory, Hopkins-y, sciencey type.
Resident life.
Very intelligent human beings. And they'd had like a CSA membership.
Okay.
It was a couple, but the man in the couple didn't drive. He didn't have a U.S. driver's license.
Okay.
So I would drive him every week to go pick up their CSA share. Mm-hmm. The place we went, there was like certain guaranteed things, and there was certain like extra, like everyone had an option to pick certain things.
Okay.
We go one week, and there's just like a bunch of habanero peppers.
Okay.
And, you know, I've always liked hot sauce. I've always liked spicy things. I've always been that guy where it's like we're at a party or a gathering of people, and someone's like, I got this really hot shit. Who's going to try it? I'm like, I'll do it. Bring it on. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, let's get these habanero peppers. I was like, what are we doing? And he was like, dude, you should make hot sauce. I was like, okay. How do you make hot sauce? He's like, I'll show you. So we get the peppers and we get home. And he starts talking about like fermentation and all this stuff. And I was like, what does this mean? And he explains the whole process of fermentation to me. We like blend up all the peppers and we, you know, measure the right amount of salt. We're putting it in a jar. And he's like, dip your finger in it. I was like, psh. He's like, you have lactic bacteria like all over your body. So like we're getting more lactic bacteria from your finger. Like that's the culture that's going to inoculate this and start the fermentation process.
Interesting.
I was like, holy shit. So I'm like putting real pieces of myself into this hot sauce. He was like, yeah. And that was it. I was just so fascinated by like the whole science of it all. Like every day I'd wake up and like check the sauce and like smell it and tasting it and just like getting involved in like just like becoming one with this like jar of hot sauce because it had pieces of me in it in my mind. And I'm putting the whole process like on Instagram. Like I'm putting on my Instagram story because like for 3 days I was just fascinated with this one jar of blended up peppers.
I was following that, by the way. I was just like, tell me more, wizard.
What is this guy doing? Why aren't you making music? But but yeah, people are like, oh my God, I want to try this. I want to try this. And of course, like that part of my brain that wants to buy a yacht one day was like, James, you should sell this. You should sell hot sauce. You should sell hot sauce. Sell that shit. Exactly. It's like the little dude on your shoulder with like the fur coat, like, hey yo, sell that shit.
It'd be amazing. It's like, when you're right, you're right.
Right. So then I just started looking into like how do I turn one random jar of sauce into like bigger batches, and just then it just became a matter of like finding money and investing the money and like just doing it.
I dig it.
Damn, I had another joke somewhere along the line that had to do with this and I lost it because I started listening to the little dude on my shoulder. Fuck.
I mean, I like the idea that it seems like you're a dude. Sorry, go ahead.
To justify it, because I was like, you know, I went to college for computer science, basically, or like IT, like information systems.
Sure.
But I took a lot of like accounting classes and economics classes and stuff. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I've always sort of like, one of the things that I learned that stuck with me was the concept of like an opportunity cost.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have this whole very successful music career. Mm-hmm. Why take time away from that to make and sell hot sauce? But then I was like, you know what? Like, one of the big revenue streams that you have as a musician is merchandise.
Yeah.
But I've never been the guy to be like, I'm going to make James Nasty t-shirts. Like, buy a shirt with my face on it or my logo. Like, I don't want to sell t-shirts to people.
Seems hokey a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's not me. Or like headbands or like a towel. Like, nah. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to find a way to ultimately make this hot sauce my sort of artist merchandise. So that's how I justify like allocating time in my day to like build this whole sauce company on the side.
I like everything I just heard right there, because it's weird and it's not like something you see.
Yeah,
it's not like, oh yeah, get like the only person that I know that has a sauce. Like, this is my branded sauce. It's in the wrestling vein. I'm a big wrestling fan, and it's like Jim Ross has like JR's hot like barbecue sauce and shit.
Ooh.
And it's just like, yo, I know that shit is good. Like, Oklahoma, I know that shit is good. But I don't know him as a sauce guy. I know him as an announcer in wrestling. And just, if he went out there and did like some type of press junket, he said, yeah, I'm not selling T-shirts with my fucking face on it or an Oklahoma Sooners logo, because he'd likely be sued, but he can sell JR's barbecue sauce.
Sell barbecue sauce.
And that's dope to me. Everybody likes fucking sauce.
Yeah.
Speaking of sauce, you would have to imagine this question was going to come up.
Okay.
Outside of your sauce, what do you put on your burrito?
Ooh.
Now I had parameters around it initially, but I'll leave it to you.
I'll give you like the blanket answer, and then we can go into the different parameters.
Okay.
Aside from my sauce,
also, what's the name of your sauce? Put it out there.
I guess the name of my company is the Jones Falls Sauce Company.
Ding, 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 plugs.
Ding ding plugs, yeah. I just collaborated with the Secret Sauce Company.
They were up the street recently?
They make ketchup, and we collaborated on a hot sauce that's been available for the last week. I have a list of stores people can go buy. At the end of the podcast, would like the plug, like, hey, go to this place and buy some sauce. So I collaborated on a sauce with them recently. Right now, I think my go-to for a burrito is El Yucateco has a...
It's going to be something out of this order.
El Yucateco, they have like a black label reserve, and it's like literally a black...
What?
It's a black hot sauce, and it's like, because they just grab the habaneros and they just smoke the shit out of them, and they ferment them, and they blend it up, and it's so good, because it's like hot, salty, it's got that like habanero, like fruity, like savory shit going on, and it's like really smoky. It's just like, oh, fuck. Oh my God.
I dig it.
I put it on my burritos. I don't know how many people are listening are like big drinkers like I am, but like if you like tequila, there's this thing called a prairie fire.
Okay.
Where you put like a couple drops of hot sauce in your shot tequila. And since it's denser, it'll like sink to the bottom of the shot. So you take the shot of tequila and you get like a nice little afterthought of hot sauce.
I need to go drinking with James Nasty.
Yeah, you should. I hope you're ready for that.
Yeah. I hope my liver's ready. Holy shit.
So El Yucateco Black Label Reserve.
Where can you find that? Because I need to get familiar. I haven't seen like black shit that's like I've not seen before. It's like, you know what? That's not squid ink. Let me spin this. Let me try this.
Right. I'm pretty sure you can find it on Amazon. You can buy anything on Amazon these days.
Fair, yeah.
It's not one of their more widely distributed sauces. So if you see like an El Yucateco sauce at the store, you probably won't see that one. You'll either see like the regular red or the green one.
Okay.
They have it at Holy for Holies. That's one of their sauces they have at the bar. I DJ there on Sunday night from now until Labor Day. I've been doing a pop-up party there all summer. So come in on Sunday night to Holy for Holies in Hamden. Get yourself dinner. Kitchen closes at 10. Dance party starts at 10, so you can eat all that food and then we can dance it all off and burn all those calories, and you're good on Monday morning.
Pull up.
Yeah.
Let me hit you with the parameters then, man.
All right, I'm ready.
Now, this is not a burrito, though.
Okay.
So, kind of getting this vibe that you're tangential to Baltimore. You're a little outside of Baltimore, right? Like, where you came from it before you moved here in, 99 or whatever.
Yeah, I grew up in, like, PG County, like right on, like, the PG County, like, Northeast D.C. line, like, back and forth between the two from my parents' house and my grandparents' house.
That's why I'm happy about my question now.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna ask me about mumbo sauce.
You goddamn right. I'm gonna ask you.
God damn it.
So
this is gonna happen.
Yeah. Here's your options. It's like what? Like wings, right? Like remember like what is it? The Hot Ones challenge, that fucking thing?
I want to do that so bad.
Now, here's your 3 options, and what are you going to go with here?
All right.
You have sriracha, like just regular standard, no frills.
The Red Rooster one.
Yeah, the
horseshit.
bad. Louisiana hot sauce. Or mama sauce.
Louisiana.
This guy gets it.
Louisiana, that is... I mean, the bottle says the perfect hot sauce because they're telling the truth. I wish it was a little hotter, but like whatever they do, like it's just cayenne peppers, salt, and vinegar.
Yeah.
Like it's real simple. Whatever they do, wherever these peppers are coming from and however long they ferment them and the vinegar, like whatever, like...
That was one of the first foods I actually had. I used to suck my thumb as a kid, and my parents, of course,
put hot sauce on your thumb.
And I loved it. I was like, give me more. It's like, why does the boy like Louisiana hot sauce so much?
Oh my God. Was it this year? Wait, what year is this? No, it was the beginning of... Fuck. Oh, no. So blurry. I think it was last year. Yeah, it was last year. Mm-hmm. I would say February of 2018. All my close friends remember this because I was such a fucking terrible person to be around. I gave myself like a stomach ulcer or something.
Oh shit!
I like wrecked my stomach and like my intestines, like and like the gut bacteria bounced because I was brewing this big batch of hot sauce. And I'd also just been like buying a bunch of different sauces for like market research or whatever.
Absolutely.
And like the Louisiana, that was one of them. And I'd wake up in the morning like super excited to like get into hot sauce life. And I would run down the stairs like a kid on Christmas morning. And I'd go into the kitchen. I'd pop the lid off the big ass bucket of hot sauce that had been fermenting. I'd grab a spoon and I would taste it. Like, okay. And then I was tasting all the other sauces I'd bought. And like I wasn't eating breakfast. I was just eating all this hot sauce on an empty stomach. Jesus. And after like a week or so of that, or however many it was, like anytime I ate solid food, I was just like, oh no. Oh no. And this might be too graphic, but like I had like 2 to 3 weeks where I didn't have like a solid poop.
Oh God.
And like as soon as I ate, just everything I ate was just going right through me. And like everything was just bad. It was just turmoil.
It's not great.
But
it's a little loose.
Yeah. I mean,
as it were.
I remember reading that like capsaicin, like what makes hot sauce and the peppers hot, like it is addicting. And I was like legitimately addicted to it. Cause I would grab that bottle of Louisiana sometimes, just like
freebasing Louisiana,
just putting like hot sauce straight in my mouth, or like I've been known to just take like a shot of hot sauce just like at a party to flex, like a weird flex, just like how hot is that? I don't care. Just put it in a shot glass. Watch this.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I like to live life, I guess.
I mean, I can't knock it. I can't knock it. I mean, it's a good approach to life.
A good approach.
I think
we're all gonna die soon, so like, who cares about what my body's gonna be like in 30 years? I'm not gonna make it that long. It's all right.
It was this thing I was saying.
Shout out to climate change.
It was this thing I was saying recently. I was like, "Yo, death is for the living." It was like,
right,
what?
Right.
I was like, but it's true.
Right. The baby boomers have trashed the planet.
Absolutely.
Fuck your 401k.
Facts.
Live your life now. We probably got like 5 to 10 years left.
Yeah, it's just like I had this running bit, like it's almost that Orson Welles thing. It's just like, you fuckers are gonna miss me when I'm gone, because it's like I'm tangential to so many people's shit, and it's just like I'm like that silent dude that no one sees despite my size. It's like, oh, that's that monster that helps you with this. Like, who is this? Who is this guy? And it's just like, yo, when I'm gone, there's gonna be a lot of shit crumbling.
Right.
But going back into that artisty kind of vibe, right? So you mentioned some of the things in like the music business and like I guess what your experience was early on. A lot of motherfuckers think they should be getting in the music business, and
don't. It's stupid.
And you mentioned also the piece about being involved with people who may not be the most business savvy.
Yeah.
So one idea that I was coming up with and kind of ruminating on, and maybe you can expound on, I don't know, because you're in the business. I I think creatives need to be almost in a pen pal kind of paired up kind of way. Someone that has an interest in that area, but they're solidly a business person, solidly a management person, a person that can keep a schedule together for a motherfucker.
I'm so passionate about this. The music business has always been very predatory. The people that understand the business, that are usually the managers or the booking agents or the record label executives, they usually seek out someone who's talented and completely unaware of the business side of things. You know, there's so many different revenue streams and there's so many different ways that someone can make money off of your art.
Yeah.
You know, someone who's art, they're just like, I just want to perform for people and be like, how real can I get?
You get very real.
All right. The mind of someone who's an artist and performs, like, you want that ego stroke. You want that ego stroke of a room full of people dancing or singing your lyrics back to you.
Yeah.
And there's like, it's a high. You know, it's a feeling that you can't get anywhere else in life. And some people, more than others, are very susceptible to willing to settle for any kind of money as long as their basic needs are taken care of, as long as they're allowed to continue to do that and they have people in their corner to help facilitate that.
Yeah.
You have, and this isn't just the music business, I think just like the world of art as a whole. Like you have a lot of art schools that, based on what I know, aren't preparing artists to be functioning business people.
Sure.
One of my good friends that I was just hanging out with, she's going to school to be like, she's getting her doctorate in like acupuncture or something.
Yeah.
But like as part of the program, there's like there's a series of 4 courses that are like business development, where they've like, the first one is like writing your business plan and like coming up with your company logo.
Yeah.
And like writing about like your ideal client, you know, and then setting up your social media and going through the incorporation paperwork and all this stuff. So when she's done with this program, she's going to already have learned all the things she needs to do to actually take the skill of being an acupuncturist and turning it into a business.
Yes.
I didn't go to art school. I went to UMBC and studied computers and business shit. But based on the conversations I've had from people I know that went to MICA, it doesn't seem like that university really prepares them to monetize their art and their talent when they're done at the school there.
Like, I wish that there was that kind of convergence. Like, I went to Morgan and did the whole business school thing and did really well, scholarship, all of that good shit. And I guess because I kind of go to the beat of my own drum, I kind of started realizing like, oh, y'all don't like this. Oh, like I was securing my own job and all of that shit upon graduation. I had shit lined up.
People in Baltimore don't like contracts.
And the shit that was wild about it was like, it was so many roadblocks. They threatened to take my scholarship. Senior year of all time, because I secured a nice paying job with like Verizon and shit. So I already had like that right there, like this whole structured, adapting in a Borg-like way to the culture, right? And when I got there at Verizon, I was there for like 2 years. I was making good money, and I was happy from that standpoint because I was told, based on this, whole plan that was put forth at, business school and all of that, I was feeling like creatively like stifled. I was like, I got nothing going on here. And I remember sitting down with the group of friends. It was like a birthday. I think I was turning 24. At 24, I'm washed, burnt out. Like, I don't give a fuck about this money. It's literally what I said at my dinner. The girlfriend at the time, she was like, are you crazy? This is great money. I was like, I don't give a shit about this. I was like, I just want a microphone, and I just want the people that I dig talking to, that I admire their opinions. I want to sit there and have a conversation with them, and I think we can have some interesting conversations, some funny conversations, some insightful conversations. And that's what my whole podcast came out of. Yeah. And it's just this pure, like all the business shit. Sometimes I'm like, I went to school for this shit. I don't remember any of this shit. Some of the marketing shit is there, but I've been so focused in a kind of a creative space in trying to just be a brand. but be like authentic in that way,
Right,
and try to sell that area. And going back to like one of the things I said like early on that I wanted to kind of touch on was a while back I did some consulting at fuck is the place Douglas, and they were setting up like a radio situation. They were setting up a studio there, like the full gamut, and you know, kind of the thing you touched on, like Baltimore, like contracts.
People don't. It's like not cool.
We just don't.
It's not cool to be. You have that whole world of like affluent white kids from other parts of the country that come here to go to MICA. Mm-hmm. And like it's kind of cool for them to pretend that they're broke and pretend like none of this shit matters, and like this like weird sort of like, oh, none of this matters. Just art, man. That's all.
Just living it, man.
I shouldn't have said that because I might be alienating some fans for shitting on them, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, authenticity, man. That's what we're throwing out here.
You know?
A club track with that in there would be amazing.
I'm gonna sample the shit out of this podcast. I'm just letting you know right now.
I'm about all of it.
So I think that sort of has set this precedent, like for like the bigger part of like music culture in this town, like centered around Station North, where it's not cool to really be about your business. Mm-hmm. It's not cool to like be industry or be mainstream, or I guess not mainstream because we're still just Baltimore. Like just be industry. Like there have been times where I've had conversations with like younger black musicians and like talking about like revenue streams. Like, ugh, you're so industry. I was like, yeah, I'm so industry, but you know how I pay my rent every month?
Yep.
Making music, you know?
Yeah. It's that.
It's like I don't have a day job. I haven't had a day job since 2012.
My man.
There's probably not a lot of people in this town who say that they're supporting themselves on music and art alone.
And you one of the best pieces of advice I got from like a dude I went to school with. I can't call him a mentor, but it was a mentor kind of conversation. He was just like, you got to be your biggest fan. He's like, whatever that means to you. He's like, you have to be like an evangelist for yourself. And I was like,
West
I'm sweating right now.
Kanye West taught me that.
And it's real.
Absolutely.
It's real shit. And like I'm very aware of what I do. Mm-hmm. I do a hokey podcast. However, in that podcast, I started doing a comic more of an idea that I had in a podcast. Started doing film stuff. Started doing a little bit here, a little bit there, writing, all of that different shit. And getting picked up by media outlets. Just being me.
Just being you, right.
And people think it has to be this thing where you're being discovered and all of this different shit. And it's just like, nah, just be on your shit and be prepared when that call comes. If you're, at least in my estimation, if you kind of have this fly-by-night, your shit's not really sorted out, you don't have any idea what the structure looks like, you're going to get fucked over.
You're going to get fucked over. People are going to take advantage of you. Or people are just going to skip over. Like, I don't want to work at him. Like, why do I want to help this person make money?
Yeah. Like, one of the things that I believe when I bring on a guest in any capacity, like we're recording here, I got my own, I bought a house with the sheer focus of having my...
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
It's just not easy.
No. Having like one of my bedrooms I converted into a studio. So it also serves as my office. Mm-hmm. And if I have someone come over there and we do a session, I've recorded with people who just believe as the host that they can show up late. And I was like, no, have your fucking ass there early. And it's just like, why are you so out of shape? I was like, because it's a fucking thing. It's a fucking business.
This is business.
If I strolled in here after you did, you're like, the fuck is this dude about? It's like, you invited me here, right?
I probably wouldn't have been too upset. I'm like, all right, I guess it's just one of those like, it's like rock and roll lifestyle podcasts. Let's do this.
But not everyone has that same mindset. Not everyone has that,
right?
So yeah, that was one of the things that I did with Douglas was they put the studio there. They wanted to have like a lot of the kids come there, like kids in the area, because it's a litany of bullshit you could be doing in Baltimore.
Totally.
And it's just like, yo, they want to see somebody that looks like them that's able to run this stuff. So I was like, I know how to edit. I know how to do a bunch of different shit. I'm all self-taught. And whatever I don't know, I'll just learn. But it's a lot of knowledge accrued over this time. And I was like, this is a good look. Because I was like, I don't like the influx of just jerk asses with mics thinking that they're podcasters or whatever. But if someone wants to get into that area and they just aren't, I'm going to rap over this beat, someone's going to make the beat, someone's going to do this, someone's going to do that. It's just like the more that you can do, you're being more of a fleshed out talent, fleshed out creative instead of like a specialist. It's almost like in baseball. Yeah, we got this one inning guy, this closer.
The closer, right?
It's like, yo, you're buns. If it's like 2 innings, you're done. You're useless.
Yeah.
And we're gonna wrap up in a bit.
Already?
Yeah, man.
Damn, I was coming. I'm just getting warmed up. We haven't even gotten past lunch in like a day in my life.
Oh shit! All right, yeah. Dinner. No. So let's get to what does the setup, the preparation for you doing like a show, for you doing like, yo, I'm spending the night. Like, what does that setup look like?
Like technically, or just like me preparing myself?
Both.
Like, I mean, I guess I'm still a fan of using real turntables.
I admire that.
You know, obviously, most of the time it's with Serato. I'm not gonna bring a bunch of crates out of vinyl out anymore. If not, like CDJ 2000s are good. We just show up. I kind of like that. I kind of like that these days you can just walk into a club with just like your headphones around your neck and a flash drive in your pocket. And you just walk in and there's like a bunch of people. You're like, I'm just going to plug this flash drive in and fuck this whole room up. You know? Don't have to carry no cases in. Don't have to set nothing up. Don't even have to pull your bag out and like try to like make sure your needles are good and like tuning Serato, like all that stuff. You just plug in your flash drive and start figuring out what song am I playing first. And just like fuck a whole party up for like an hour plus.
I had this.
Then you pull your flash drive off, put it back in your pocket, and you're like, I'm good. I don't got no extra shit on me. Where's the after party? Are you single? What's up? It's a fucking blessing.
I had this one in joke with my girlfriend, like that I was making. It was like I like when I see somebody pull out their shit, and it's like, okay, I fucks with this dude. Like even if he's trash, it's like you at least know what you're doing. So from that standpoint, just visually, that you get like points for wow, whatever that may matter, right? Whatever they may count for. But I just remember it was like an influx of like dudes I was seeing. I was saying, a lot of DJ iPads here today. And she was just like, I can't look at people when they're doing it because I just hear you saying that shit.
Dudes like playing like DJing from YouTube.
It's like, sorry.
I've definitely seen that. Guys like, yo, I'm a DJ. Where it's like, I got two browser tabs open.
Oh my God.
I'm just playing from YouTube. Like, why are you doing this?
It's like you're playing that Nujabes like study like
why are
playlist.
You doing this? It's like I don't want to shit on anyone who's. Actually, I do kind of.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I have like good friends who I should probably have this talk with in person.
Oh my gosh.
But like, you just can't. I can't rap.
Okay.
I can't rap to save my life. I'm a DJ. I would never try to make extra income or like have extra performances by myself. Like, you know what? I'm just going to do a James Nasty rap set. Like, I've already DJ'd so much in this town, and instead of like oversaturating my DJ set, I'm just going to go do a rap set. Like, I would never do that and like disrespect the art of being an MC. But not just locally, nationally, like there's this whole phenomenon where like different vocalists or people in bands think that, oh, I can just do a DJ set and I'll just get on stage with my MacBook and play songs I like for an hour from iTunes or YouTube. It's like, I'm not hating on your hustle. If you're getting paid for that, great. But that's not a DJ set. And it's a slap in the face to people like me who take the craft of DJing very seriously and have invested the time, money, and energy into becoming a professional at it.
Yeah.
The same way you invested your time, money, and energy into becoming a professional MC. You know, I don't step over into your lane.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so acceptable for them to step over into our lane.
That's a major problem. Like remember like back in the 80s, right? Which let's go down to old man Washland or what have you for the people that may be listening. Kind of how like rap was considered like then. Like fucking Rodney Dangerfield had a rap album. Like let's keep it funky. Like
yeah, true.
And it's just like, yo, y'all don't give a fuck about this. So I would imagine anybody that is like, yo, this is my artistry, this is what I do, to your point, all the things that you said.
Yeah, right.
It's just like, this motherfucker, him?
That's right.
All right, I guess. Yeah. I guess that's what we're doing.
If you're a vocalist out there and you're listening to that, like, before you consider doing a DJ set, remember that last time you got mad with Rodney Dangerfield or, I guess, who's doing that now? Iggy Azalea was putting out rap albums. If you're upset with what Iggy Azalea is doing, like, don't try to DJ, please. Just tell the promoter to hit me up. I've got my contracted writer ready to go. And if you want to MC during my set, we'll split the money.
Yeah. And I'm very, there's a line there too, like at least in my head, where you have some degree of like credibility, because what you're describing is not someone that's like, oh, I also do this. It's just like, yeah, you're using your name like recognition to kind of travel in different zones.
Right.
Like, I admire like people like that try to. They say like I'm like James Franco, Kanye West to a degree, where it's like, yo, I do this. This is what I'm known for, but I also do this, and I'm as passionate about this as well. And it's just like, yo, I'm a creative. Like, some of the shit that James Franco does, it's like, this fucker doesn't give a shit.
Right.
All right, I'm here for it.
Right.
And you gotta take those chances sometimes, but it's always some degree of, so there's always a firewall there.
There is. Like, no disrespect to any vocalist or instrumentalist that wants to get into DJing. If you're passionate about it and you're putting the time and you're practicing and you treat the craft with respect and you want, like, I have no problem with that. But, like, I have a whole laundry list of names where it's like I've gone to certain clubs and like someone's doing a DJ set and I'm in the room and someone's like, are you playing tonight? I'm like, no. I really don't leave the 3-block radius of like where I live now, because if I go to too many clubs like that and I walk in the room, like most of the time people aren't like, hey James, how are you doing as a person?
Are you playing?
What's up? It's either like, do you have hot sauce or are you playing tonight?
I didn't ask. Do you have hot sauce? No.
Not with me now.
Shit. God damn it.
So yeah, that's a part of my life, like going out and just like not really being an object, but just like there's that weird line between like people know you as that performer and they don't really know you as a person.
Yeah.
And some people like fan person over you, or just like they don't really even attempt to just connect with me as another human being. I'm just this entity that they're used to being entertained by. Or
like you have fame or something. You know, it's like I've seen you on things.
Yeah. It's cool. I mean, it's a cool ego stroke at times, but sometimes like, yo, I just came here to drink some tequila and watch other people do their art, and like, can we just talk as people? You know.
I've only had that happen once recently, where someone marked out on me. It's like, oh my God, it's Rob Lee right there. And I was just like, I was like, this is West Baltimore. I don't want to get robbed. Like, you making it seem like I'm somebody, and I'm
no.
Trust me, I am nobody.
Right.
So in Baltimore, you've been here for a while, and
20 years.
All right,
20 years. Man. People still give me shit. They're like, you're not from here.
You've been here long enough.
Like, yo, I've been here 20 years.
You've been here long enough.
You're not from here though.
You're
like, so you're mad at. You have a problem with where my parents chose to raise a family.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get to choose where I was born and was raised.
Sure.
But I left high school and I moved here.
You're a Baltimorean.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out.
It's official. It's official. Next time someone tries to give me shit, I'm gonna reference this.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell them like fucking
this clip, like, yo, I'm certified now. Fuck you.
Like East Baltimore Rob.
Are you mad?
Fucking Skirt Angle, which is it's a great name. So one of the things that's kind of that bugs me a little bit about like this area is shit closes. Like these places that are geared towards like the weird, the artsy, I want to just experience different shit. Places just fucking close. So, and maybe this might help in like sparking like an area or what have you. But what has been your favorite venue, still open or closed, that you've done a set at, or that you've done many sets at? Because I've seen you at various places.
Yeah, I've played at almost any venue that you can DJ in this town. I think I've played there.
It's a lot of auto bar stuff. I was there for one of my buddy's birthdays. I remember a bottle popped out.
Yeah, no, fuck that place.
Well, yeah, it's done now. I've been there years.
Yeah, they ruined a good thing, but it's fine. If they don't want black people there, that's fine.
Yeah.
We can go somewhere else where we're appreciated and wanted.
Absolutely.
Where is my favorite place to play? It would have been the Auto Bar previously. there is something special about the building, not the staff because they all fucking suck.
Yes.
But the building, there's something magical about the way that building is made with the stage and the room and my favorite place to play.
It's kind of in that spot where it's like, yo, there's not a lot of random, at least from the times I've been there, not a lot of random traffic over here. It's like, you know where you're going if you're going there.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that piece of it, but to your point, it's not friendly.
And we're not really welcome there. They use us for our money until they feel threatened. And then they,
Yep.
thanks, but not anymore. We'll find some new token black artists that we can tolerate for a few months or years.
You know, I've never been to the Crown.
What?
Yeah.
The Crown is very...
I like the hesitation here. This man is thinking. I appreciate it. Gotta be pensive. You gotta ruminate.
I've got some media training, but sometimes I also fall back on just being an impulsive person. It's like, yeah, fuck the Auto Bar. But
I think you and I we shared a few Facebook exchanges about something there.
Oh yeah. What I appreciate about the Crown, it's a melting pot of just like anyone.
Yeah.
You know. And it's just so weird in there. Like it's just like there's something. I kind of look at nightclubs and like venues, like to me, like it's almost like a church.
Okay.
Where like the energy of all the shows and all the things that happen in that space before contribute to how the night is going to be.
Okay, yeah.
And there's something about the Crown and the history there that it's just like people just come in there and just do whatever the fuck they want.
You know what?
They do whatever the fuck they want, but also like everyone is so, I don't want to say incredibly respectful. There's also a level of respect and a level of community ownership to the people that come to the Crown. Because like, if you look at the Auto Bar is very heavy-handed with their security.
Yep.
Very oppressive. Like stories of like male security at the Auto Bar going into the women's bathroom and dragging women out because like, oh, I saw you going in there to do drugs. Like stuff like that. Like that's a whole violation. Like you can't be a man, even if you have a fucking job there. Like don't go into the women's bathroom and drag someone out. Like don't do that.
Like who the fuck are you again?
That was the shit I was dealing with when I was like doing nights there. Like trying to be like, y'all can't do that to the people that are coming here to see me DJ.
Yeah.
The Crown is the opposite, where it's just like you have two men that work security, like two very loving and dedicated men, and it's not very oppressive. They are not in your space.
Yeah.
As far as I know, like fights don't ever happen inside of there. Anytime something that gets escalated, it seems like people within the room like, no, we're not doing that in here.
Yeah.
This is our space. We're not doing this to this space. Like, take that outside if y'all really want to do that.
Yeah.
You know? And I love that about that place. Just like everyone can come there and for the most part, everyone seems comfortable there. There's still other issues that you would have, but
I was wrong.
For as long as it's been open and is unregulated, that very diverse crowd is, it seems like everyone seems to coexist and just take ownership of like, this is the only place we have like this. Please, let's not fuck this up.
I was wrong. I did go there briefly once, and this is why I didn't remember it, because I was in there like very briefly. And I think I used it because I heard about it, and I was like, we'll try it. I think I had a beer there earlier that day with one of my buddies. And I was just like, sushi down here? Mm-hmm. And I remember I came back with a couple other friends, and both of them are kind of uptight. And it was some wild shit happening in one of the rooms. And I just remember one dude just descended, like, this is my line, I don't know. And I was just like, because those two dudes were fucking, like, bumping and grinding or whatever. I was like, your homophobia is showing. And I was just like, all right, I know how like, I can check out pretty much any fucking thing. It's just like, all right, is it good people there? Is it booze? I'm good. Let's spin it. Let's do the thing. But sometimes people want to be in that, want to cherry pick what parts of a scene they want to be attached to.
Yeah.
Oh, this is creative. This is cool. This is weird. But you only want it if it fits your version of that.
Right.
And it's just like, if it's weird, if it's broad, it's supposed to be for every walk of life, not just your fucking...
Yeah, you don't get to dictate who fits, who doesn't fit, or how this works.
And, that's like the audiences I try to be a part of, because I think having like a broad like swath of fucking tapestry of people gives you different opinions, and you're able to grow from it. You're able to do an exchange. Like, if you go to only the same type of restaurant all the time, you're like, fuck, do you know what this hot sauce tastes like? No, I don't. I've never had hot sauce. It's too much for me.
It's a shame.
So we've come up to our end, man.
All right.
Let's get these plugs in, man.
Plug
it away, man.
Fuck.
Plug in, plug out. Pull the plug. So let's give us sauce. Let's give us upcoming sets. What do you got?
Well, by the time people hear this, I guess the next set I'm playing would have already happened.
It's like I'm playing right now.
I'm playing right now, yeah. The other half of me. I still have my like pop-up night at Holy for Holies until Labor Day. So for the rest of the summer, every Sunday, 10 to 2, crazy drink specials. Musically, it's like mostly like a very tropical Caribbean, Latin American, like real sexy dance hall reggaeton vibes. I do that. First Saturday of the month, I do a party at the Crown called Sauce.
That's the way I was pitching it. When people say, "Who are you interviewing today?" I was like, "Interviewing the Sauce Boss."
The Sauce Boss.
Lord Sauce.
Lord Sauce. Oh damn, I like that. I got a bunch of shit on my calendar. I don't pay attention to the bookings anymore until my phone's like, "Hey,
yo, you got this today.
You got to be here today or tomorrow."
Mail. Yeah, even throughout the socials, man. Where can he check you out?
I'm just at James Nasty everywhere, including Venmo if you want to send me some reparations money. Still,
wow.
Even though Juneteenth is over, I'm still accepting my ancestors' unpaid wages.
I mean, I get kicked out of like the black group. I'm a very black dude. I get hit with, yeah, you're Blasian. You don't count. I was like, Jesus, this is not crisp.
That's fucked up.
And I was like, I thought we were inclusive.
Okay, so yeah, James Nasty on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you used to follow me on Twitter and during like a dark period of my life when I was popping off and oversharing and drug tweeting, I've got all that under control now. I'm maturing. You can follow me on Twitter, and mostly I'll just talk about how fucked up politics in the city is and music stuff. It's very entertaining. I promise you I won't pop off at 2 a.m. about ex-girlfriends or current girlfriends or any of that stuff that I shouldn't be sharing on the internet.
Jay's messy.
Been going to therapy for the last few months, so I don't need Twitter to be my therapist.
Oh my God.
Am I oversharing right now?
Oh no. Seriously, the last 10 years I've been doing this has been nothing but oversharing. It's like, yo, I got a wild hemorrhoid, B. Like, wow. Like, what?
I did already talk about pooping wrong for 2 weeks, so it was
spicy.
Good. Jones Falls Sauce Company on Instagram and on Facebook. Let me pull up this list. If you want to buy the collaboration I did with the Secret Sauce Company, if you want to buy it, Secret Sauce Hot Sauce, currently available at...
It's all good.
I'm going to let you know this sauce is very hot, first of all, everyone. Not very hot. It's like 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Uh-oh. Get to that
Here we
deep
go.
Scoville units.
Trove, Wine Source, Eddie's, The Seasoned Olive, Remington Bottle, or Union Brewery. I recommend Union Brewery because they also have great beers. My friend Christine has a ginger sour there that you need to try. Black people love beer too. She's trying to start this whole movement to involve black folks in the craft beer movement in Baltimore.
We do enjoy beer.
We do enjoy beer.
I like their barrel-aged Rompus Room, but it's only in like, I think it's like a seasonal deal.
Yeah.
It gets you fucked out. I'm a fan of that place.
So that's where you can buy the hot sauce retail. I'm really uncomfortable by the sounds going on.
Yeah, it's an improv place. Maybe someone's just doing a scream exercise.
Fucking white people. What are they doing? Why do they have platforms to do this? Can we edit that out? I don't want to die.
No, we're keeping that in there.
All right, fine. I don't care.
It's gonna send you that. Just put on a tape. Just it's here. Just
I'll sample it.
sample it. Fuck it. It's fine.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I make music. I make sauce. I'm going to put out an album before the year's done. It's mostly finished. People don't seem to recognize that I make music just as much as I DJ it. Maybe I don't promote it as much. Maybe I do. Whatever. I'm putting out an album and you're going to love it.
What about it?
And I'm going to release a hot sauce to go along with it with the same name. Because I'm a businessman.
So, yeah. This has fucking been informative. This has been great.
Cool.
This has been messy.
I know.
Like
I definitely drank like half a bottle of wine, maybe a whole bottle of wine before I came in here.
You're wild, dude.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not James Nice. Like, what do you expect?
That might be the name of this episode, actually.
I'm not James Nice. What did you expect?
So, for James Nasty, this is Rob Lee, and this has been an interview on mtrthenetwork.com. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for having me so much. That was so much fun.